So here we have Danielle Smith, within 24 hours of an Alberta court standing down the separatist movement's petition due to a procedural flaw. We have Danielle Smith. I'm going to have to call Danielle Smith, instead of Premier of Alberta, Danielle Smith, notwithstanding clause Danielle Smith. So within 24 hours, what does she do? She talks notwithstanding clause. Like, where does Alberta get this dictator mode from? Is it the Trump influence? Pierre Poilievre, campaign trail leading up to a prime minister April election over a year ago. Same thing. I wouldn't hesitate to use the notwithstanding clause. Doug Ford, they claim is a small C conservative, but here's another notwithstanding clause Dougie. Like, what is it with these people? Let's see my video here. You can see for yourself. Danielle Smith.
But the Alberta separation conversation is far from over.
We believe the decision is incorrect in law and that it's anti-democratic.
A judge's ruling that a separatist petition is invalid has the Premier up in arms. That judge pointed to a lack of consultation with First Nations. The Premier says she'll appeal, and if that doesn't work...
Section 33 allows for notwithstanding clause so that when the court makes errors in law, it can always be overridden by democratically elected legislatures.
Danielle Smith claims Indigenous consultation would have followed a yes vote.
So here's the thing. She's reverting to the notwithstanding clause. You know, the whole reason why we have a judiciary is to be able to say, okay, the legislature has a right to make law, but you have a judiciary which should be separate, without influence, to be able to give feedback to the legislatures to make sure that they rewrite law in a way that is democratic and falls within the Constitution of Canada. It's a real simple process, but the thing is, for whatever reason, these premiers, Quebec's another area where we got an issue with this stuff too, these people cannot debate, have dialogue to create a situation of harmony and abundance for their constituents. They've got to exert their will. So instead of working for the people, they're exerting their will on the people. And it's a fine line, and it's about balance. Now, I've had say, some people say, oh, you're a hippie dipsy. Listen, if you cannot live life as a human being with empathy and sympathy and understand that there's many ways to live life, doesn't have to include pain and suffering. You don't have to cause harm to make a point. People can work together, coexist, and actually create a better place for everyone. So let's watch this a little bit more.
It's an argument that could be the crux of her taxpayer-funded appeal.
It will be a process argument as opposed to a substantive argument.
The Premier said last year that you can't vote away treaty rights. Legal experts agree, calling this decision the very definition of democratic as it protects the Constitution.
Lots of people disagree with the courts, but there's a line, in my opinion, that can be overstepped here that increases polarization and attacks the independence of the judiciary.
You're going to continue to appeal and attack judges, calling them liberal judges, that they're subverting democracy, and until you finally get your way, when you get a sympathetic judge, then we'll appeal.
And on the last day of session, there's still no update on the delayed Forever Canadian petition, which is stuck in a committee. A vote on whether Alberta should stay in Canada wouldn't technically require a duty to consult First Nations, as it wouldn't change the province's current situation.
We'll leave the committee work and the diligent work of the members there in their court, and they can deal with it.
So here's the real question, Alberta. Do you have a separatist government in place? You got to really question. You got voter rolls going public. Jason Kenney, his information going public. Now, here's another thing, and this is a conservative thing, and it irks me. So Jason Kenney actually eliminated the Alberta committee because he doesn't like the way they deal with him. So that gets eliminated. Then you get Danielle Smith, changes the laws so Alberta elections are basically neutered. They can't do any investigation into how this voter roll became public through UCP supporters. How do you think Kenny got knocked out of Alberta? UCP, separatist movement that's within the UCP government that's in place. And this is the real issue. So what's going on here, Alberta? When are you going to wake up? Your government's not working for you. They've been hoodwinking you for a long, long time. About time you stood up and embraced all the differences of all the different people within your electoral base, within Alberta, not just a small subset that's got a grievance. Everybody has grievances, but we do learn to coexist. And it is quite possible. It's really just as simple as making a choice. So let me know what you think. Sending love and peace to everyone. What do you want? Do you want pain and suffering? Or do you want something that's harmonious and abundant for everybody? It's up to you. Make that decision. What do you want? Let me know. Ciao for now.